All right, so this reading is going to be for Aries from today till the end of this month, and the full moon in Sagittarius is going to be on the 29th. We're in 2018. And what's happening in Aries right now? Chiron just moved into Aries. The wounded healer. Chiron in Aries it's a time of healing the warrior part of yourself. I mean, it also depends on where Chiron is in your personal chart, but the energy, the overall energy of Chiron in Aries is really, the downside of the warrior is like a lack of confidence, a lack of like, what's the word I'm looking for? Vigor, you know, a lack of tenacity. And, woo. And there's the strength of the warrior. This is so crazy. Okay, so Chiron and Aries, and all these cards basically signify courage, and the opposite of courage, well, the opposite of love is fear, but like, let's just say fear and courage kind of go together. All right, so I'm getting a lot of Chiron and Aries energy, but for this week in your love life, things are moving pretty fast. Things are moving. You have the Strength card, so this could be dealing with a Leo, or it could also represent, you know, you finding your inner strength and also kind of taming your inner beast, but at the same time knowing when to unleash. You know, I think a big part of this Chiron energy, which is what like I keep feeling like I need to talk about, a big part of it is knowing when to, yeah, again, like knowing when to tame your inner beast and knowing when to unleash it. And here you have, so you kind of have like two sides of the same coin. You know, you have the Strength part, which is like cool, like calm the ego, and it's also infinite, which is, I love that. It's pure and it's passionate. And then you have the courageous part. Seven of Wands. And then, yeah, there's a lot of movement happening for you, Aries. There's movement. Where are you going? Here we go. All right, so Knight of Cups. This is, oh, Jesus. Okay, so the Knight of Cups is a man of emotion. He could be a water sign, or his sun, moon, or rising can be water. I mean, we are talking about love, so it could be Venus. Venus can be, his Venus can be in Pisces, or Scorpio, or Cancer. We're actually going to have a grand water trine during this full moon, and Venus is in Cancer, Neptune in Pisces, and Jupiter in Scorpio. So this definitely can be like a Venus in Cancer situation. It's more healing, you know, it's kind of healing the wounded warrior with love. There are acts of courage that you have to take in this situation. I'm not sure. Let me see what the situation is. Okay. The Hermit. The Ten of Swords. Okay. Shit just flip-flopped. So I think that what this is telling me is to really be aware. Like, really hold your light up and pay attention to what's going on. Pay attention to the situation at hand. Pay attention to what's happening in front of you. The Hermit is very wise. You know, yes, he's isolated, but he's also just, he's been around the block. It's just him and his freaking lantern. You know what I mean? And like, he sees shit. It's like, it's night vision. So there is gonna be a form of deception. And I think that's why it's telling you to be brave and to have courage and to know that this isn't all there is. So like, if the Hermit, you know, can walk through the mountains and see everything and be enlightened and be illuminated, it's basically telling you that to expand your vision, because if you see the 8 over her head, it's the infinity, the infinite sign. So this card is also telling you that there is infinite potential. You have infinite options, because, man, these two are tough. So you have the 9 of Swords, anxiety, sleepless nights, possibly nightmares, worry. And then you have the 10 of Swords, which is clear, you know, being betrayed, stabbed in the back. You know, and it could be you deceiving yourself by moving too fast and choosing not to see something. Don't think with just your emotions. You want to think with your head. You want to see things objectively. That's what he represents. He represents seeing things through wisdom and experience. Like, okay, like if you're moving along with someone in a situation and you see something that's familiar, you notice something familiar, like, back up. You know, notice it, acknowledge it, and act accordingly. And it may take courage, and it may take you doing something that's, you know, not comfortable for you, but it will benefit you in the long run. Whatever you're dealing with is, it's heavy, you know, and it's deceptive. Aries, I've said this before, Aries has like flaring passions, and you don't want to move so quickly that you miss the truth. Like, you want to see things for what they are. There we go. So you have the Wheel of Fortune, and that's a turn of events, but it's also telling you that there are circumstances in whatever situation this is that you're dealing with. I think it's your love life. There are circumstances. You see all the fixed, these represent the 4 fixed signs of the zodiac. So it's situations that are fixed and they're not in your control, but the outcome is good if you take the right actions. You know, if you walk away from something that's not serving you, and the situation will flip-flop. So it goes from the burden to 10s here. So it's completion of some sort. Something is going to come to a close. You know, clearly something's dying and coming to a head, and the circumstances are going to switch, and they're going to be to your benefit. You're going to learn from it. See, the Hierophant is a teacher. It's wisdom, you know, it's knowledge. It's also the student, you know, so you are going to learn from it, and it will take you to higher places. This is a spiritual thing that you're going through. It's a karmic relationship, and it's going to come to a head very fast. Like, very fast, but you already know this. You already know this. You're just choosing not to look at it, and these cards are just telling you to look at the situation with the light that you already have. So, I mean, the Hierophant, I keep ending with the High Priestess today. So again, I mean, this also, it's the 2, you know, and it kind of looks like the Gemini sign. So I do feel like this, the Sun in Gemini energy is also going to bring about, you know, a balance if we're on our path. And if you take, I mean, I have Aries rising, you know, so something might come to a head for me. You know what I mean? Like, we don't, And whatever it is, it's just, it's learning to accept it and keep moving forward. And the High Priestess, I mean, this is one of my favorite cards because she's just powerful. And, you know, she's the one who's basically putting things out into the universe. Like whatever it is that you want, you know, it's conception of an idea or a project or whatever you want. So if it's a new love, you know, there it is. And it's passionate and the sex is gonna be good. And it is a balance. There's an equal give and take with her. So yeah, Aries, I mean, this is a healing time for you, but to heal, sometimes we have to go through the struggle and we have to feel the pain in order to embrace the growth. So that is all I have for you for this month. And if you like this reading, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. And if you want a more personal reading, you can check out the details below and we can really get into the core of the situation.